Here's a heads up for you guys. Monarch Material Group. They're in Iowa. Now, back in, where the hell are we? Back in, I'm going to hide some information here. Back in '07, the March of '07, no, what the hell is calling now? I don't know. We had all brand new windows put in this house. I called up the company that was Monarch, and I was talking with them, and they had told me they offered a lifetime warranty on their welded windows. Now they're plastic or vinyl, but the seams they call them welded. All right, they're basically glued together. But in the plastic world, they call it welded. I know a plastic welder, to be honest with you. But anyway, so much for that. They gave me a name of a person that installs them in this area. So I called. His name was Dennis something or other. Now this is going back to '07, so you know my Dennis is about the only thing I can remember at this point. We got to try to see if we have any of the paperwork. However, Dennis comes out, measures everything up, tells me they make a couple of different types, and I remember this specifically because, you know, I was educating myself on these so-called new windows. You know, this is like an Anderson window apparently, but let's not mix up the two. All right, by no means is this Anderson. This is Monarch. If they were Andersons, I probably wouldn't have this problem today. So I get the number off the window. This is a number that's up inside the sash of the window on a label with all this information on it, including their name, size, their work order number, how many, so on and so forth. I have 4 of them that are fogging up. Now when they're fogging up, that means they've lost their gas, which means they've lost their insulation, and they are cold. You know, you're sitting in the bathroom and you feel a cold draft coming through the glass, through the window. At first I didn't think it was the window, so I actually pulled off all the inner trim. I pulled off the sheetrock all around this window. I re-insulated, I foamed, and I reinstalled all new, and I'm still getting this draft. Then I start to realize that, hold on a minute.
Dennis Company is called Aladdin, Arch Street in Hamden. Phone number is 203.
All right, so now I got some information on the dealer, or the seller, installer. Anyway, let's get back to Monarch. I call them up because I want to know what I have to do to get these windows replaced. Because I'm told just now when my wife just left me a voicemail telling me that she thinks she found the guy that installed them. I called up Monarch. And as I'm talking to the young lady on the phone, well, I wasn't saying she's not a young lady, I'm being polite. I'm asking her about what do I have to do to get these windows replaced, seeing that I couldn't find the gentleman that installed them, that they recommended, and that they have a lifetime warranty on them, you know. And she interrupts me and says they don't have windows with lifetime warranties. I says, well, that's what your company told me back in '07 when I was talking to you, and you gave me the gentleman's name in this area that was going to come out and install them. So, well, we don't do that. We had a complete restructure back in '06. Okay, well, this was in '07 according to your window, and I talked to him about the window and the date on the. And then a few minutes later, she says, well, we had a restructure back in '08. Back in '08. You just told me 10 minutes ago, if that you had a restructure in '06. Now that you know my window was manufactured in '07, now you're telling me your restructure was done in '08. How convenient that your restructure was done after my window was made, and now that I have a problem with it, when before it was before, so I would have fallen under the warranty. I said, what is your warranty now? She goes, well, that depends. I'd have to see what the window is and things. I says, wait a minute. If I were to call you up and say, how many different types of windows do you make, what would you answer me? She goes, well, that would depend upon your window. I said, no, forget my window. I'm calling you up as a new customer, and I want to know what you have to offer a new customer. I said, how many types of windows? Well, I really, it's hard to answer. No, what do you mean it's hard to answer? Come on, you've been for this company how long? You can go back to 07 and tell me what went on back in 07 and 06, but you can't tell me what type of windows you make? So anyway, she says, well, our warranty now on our best window is 10 years. 10 years. Okay, so that means that my window still falls within the 10-year warranty if you're telling me that you no longer have this lifetime warranty under your restructure. She goes, well, it depends on your window. Again, I have to have a picture of it, and I need a picture of the tag up inside. Each window has a tag up inside the casing. I says, well, I can give you all the information off the tag. She goes, well, I have to have a picture of it and a picture of the window. So you can't tell me, if I give you these numbers, what it means until you actually see a picture of the tag on the window. I said, do you know how stupid that sounds? So I said, unless you people actually file bankruptcy, I said, and said, screw everybody that bought windows off you before, I says, you're liable to stand behind these windows. Just changing your name means nothing. You know, Monarch is Monarch. It used to be Monarch Windows, now it's Monarch Material Group, Inc. in Iowa. She goes, no, I think we filed bankruptcy. So you basically said, screw everybody that bought your windows that are having problems now. You took their money, made their money, and you ran with their money, and you said, screw them. Is that basically what you're telling me? She goes, well, it's hard to say. I can't tell you anything until I get a picture of that. I said, you've already said that. I said, do you have anything else to say? She goes, you're not letting me talk. I said, exactly. I said, because you don't know what you're saying. I'm asking you a question, you can't answer questions. She goes, well, let me talk a minute. I says, okay. Send me a picture of the window and the tag. I said, you've said that a half a dozen times already, and I've acknowledged that I heard you. Do you have anything else to say? She says, send me a picture of your window and the tag. She says, I'm trying to tell you what to do. I says, I understand that. This is a simple yes or no answer. Do you have anything else to say to me so that I can continue to tell you what our problems are? She says, you have to send me a... do you not answer, or do you not know what yes or no means? This is a simple question. Either you have something to say, and I'll shut up so you can say it, or you don't have something to say, then you shut up so I can say it. She didn't answer. So I continued to ask her questions that she should know that she doesn't want to answer. She doesn't want to insert foot in mouth, and that's just what I told her. I said, you don't want to answer me because you don't want to insert your foot into mouth because you are going to try to dance around replacing these 4 windows. So anyway, here's my thought. I may have to buy new windows, okay? However, think twice before you buy a Monarch window from Iowa off the Monarch Material Group. Now there is a Monarch that's countrywide. They've got a bunch of different places. And they're actually tied in with Anderson. And they make a high-end window, I found. The Monarch Material Group, I found out, offered a lifetime warranty. However, the warranty is only as good as the company itself. But they make a low-end window. But they don't tell you that. They tell you they have a life, they told me back then, now they've changed it to 10 years, but a lifetime warranty. Well, wow, a lifetime warranty, the window's got to be good, right? Yeah, right. Again, it's only as good as the company. If the company decides to file and go bankrupt on you or reorganize, you're screwed. And that's how warranties work. So I would stick away from the Monarch Group, Monarch Material Group in Iowa for sure, because they're just liars, and they want to keep dancing around until they can dance around enough to say we can't help you, and they don't want to answer you directly. It's like the government. You ask them a question, a yes or no, they don't want to even answer that because they want to make sure that they can check back to find a reason why and a justification for that reason. And then if you get them into another corner, they'll say, well, we'll have to check, and then they wait, and then they'll call you back with another reason why and a justification on that reason. So this is the way they are. So in my opinion, stay away from Monarch Material Group for anything that you're going to buy. I mean, they make it look good, but I'll tell you what, try to get a hold of them to get the warranty on their product that they gave you after it goes bad. It seems like they reorganized just before or just after that it happened. So I'll let you know, because my wife just left me a message from the person that she thinks sold these windows. And I actually knew the father very well of the person, actually. But the son had taken off since then. And I actually forgot his last name, because the father was always a first name thing. But the father passed away and left everything to the son. And the son is just making a mockery of the company at this point. But let me see what I can come up with. I'll let you know. Okay. So now for your locals, the ones that may live in this area, which I don't know how many of you actually live in this area, but if you live in Connecticut even, Monarch Material Group, we know at this point, is bullshit, lying, and don't want to stand behind their products. They've already filed bankruptcy once, and who knows. Now, we did find the information on the person that they recommended for us, and my wife, and you heard it earlier, gave me all the information, and they live at, that company is in a small town, which is Hamden, Connecticut. The name of the company was Window and Awning, Arch Street Window and Awning. So, this is where the father owned, and the son took over when the father died. Now, the father died around 2000, 2003, somewhere in that area. So anyway, I called them. Got a woman on the phone. The woman, I says, is Dennis there, please? No, Dennis, there's no Dennis here. I says, well, is he there? Would he come in? No, there's no Dennis work here. I says, oh, well, I was told that he owned the place. No Dennis. You mean Jerry? I go, no, it's supposed to have been Dennis. His father owned it. Father died. So she shuts up and she puts Jerry on the phone. Well, he introduces himself to Jerry. Hi, can I help you? I said, well, who am I speaking with? Jerry. Okay, Jerry, I've got a problem here. I'm trying to get a hold of Dennis. Dennis doesn't work here. Ah, okay, well, do you know where he is? Dennis doesn't work here. So that tells me he knows Dennis, see? Or he would have said, there's no Dennis here. You follow me? So I said, oh, he doesn't work there. Do you know where he is? No. Oh, okay. He says, I've owned this place for 40 years. I said, well, then somebody's out there, saying that they own it and they're selling product under your name. So, I would be a little concerned. He says, well, I'm not concerned. We've been here for 40 years. I go, he says, the only person that owned this, he died, but he died like 20 years ago. Well, wait a minute. You just told me you owned it for 40 years, but the owner that owned it died 20 years ago, so how did you own it for 40 years? He goes, have a good day, sir, and he hangs up the phone. So this tells me that they're shady as well. This guy Dennis probably is there. They've taken a lot of people for a lot of money. And now this guy Jerry is supposedly taken there, it owns the place. And at that point, Dennis is kind of, incognito someplace. So You know, Arch Street window and awning is not a place to buy from, in my opinion, as well. Because you think, if you had called me and asked me these questions because somebody is using your name or my name, I'd want to know as much as I can, because I may be concerned about getting more calls, or if somebody does call me up other than this, or I do run into a dentist, I have something going here, you know. But this guy wasn't concerned at all. Okay? And originally, no, dentist doesn't work here, you know. Okay, well, do you know where he is? No, there's no dentist. So every time he mentions and lies, he catches himself afterwards. So what's the easiest thing to do? Hang up. That's just what he did. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Now, like I say, it's more the principle right now. It's not going to aggravate me. I actually enjoy doing this. I used to do this, so this kind of gets me back into the game, you know what I mean? So I kind of like doing this, so I'm going to pursue it. However, I know at this point I'm probably going to have to end up buying a few windows, so I'm going to probably end up putting $400 or $500 out of pocket in. But you know what? It'll be worth it just for the adventure. Yeah, right. You know, kind of like I say, it puts me back in the game. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Monarch sucks. Well, Monarch Material Group in Iowa sucks, and the Arch Street Awning and Shade in Hamden, Connecticut are liars. So let's see what happens.